There are different barriers to effective listening, and we have 8. One is physiological barriers. It is when you have hearing deficiency and you need to wear hearing aids. The challenge with hearing aids is that it's difficult to screen out the other noises. We're blessed with a set of ears that can filter out noises or sounds that we don't like to listen to. So, example is when you get lost in thought and you're daydreaming, you tend to not hear what's happening around you anymore. But for those who are wearing hearing aids, it's difficult to filter out the noises. So when they listen to a person, they need to listen to a person through the other noise around them. So that's one barrier. Second is physical barriers. These are the actual noise around you. So imagine that you are working at a construction site and you hear all of the drills, the hammering, etc., and you're talking to your boss. So it impedes with effective communication. It's difficult to listen, to hear each other out, because basically there's a lot of things going on around you. And maybe the volume of the noise is greater than your speaking volumes. Third is attitudinal barriers. Like, for example, you're not in the mood to listen. You're basically in a bad mood. You don't want to listen to people. You don't want to listen to people. You don't want to hear them out. So that's one barrier. Fourth is wrong assumption. So you may be hearing the person out, but the way you understand the message is different. So that is still not effective listening because you're not able to listen and point out exactly what the message that the speaker is trying to tell you. Fifth, cultural barriers. There are words, gestures, etc. that we exercise or practice or even just say in different countries, but they mean differently. So, example, the word salvage, it actually came from the word salvation. Or, they belong to one umbrella theme, which is to save. So, in English-speaking countries, it means to save. But in the Philippines, when you use salvage, it means that you've been murdered or something. So completely a different thing. Because of how we understand different words in different countries, it becomes a barrier. Sixth is gender barriers. And there are different ways of how men and women speak and how they listen. So like I said in the earlier videos, that for men, when they vent out their problems, they're venting out because they want to hear a solution from other people. But for women, when they vent out, they don't necessarily look for solutions. Sometimes they just want to vent out and process their own thoughts by speaking out loud. This may not be true to a lot of people, but it happens. And that's why sometimes there is miscommunication between male and female when they're talking, because the girl may be venting out a lot of things and then the boy is trying to give solutions to the girl, which may come across as offensive or insulting. Or maybe the girl might just think that, okay, this guy does not care for my emotional needs at all. And the same also when the guy is venting out and the girl is not being helpful in a way that she does not provide solutions to solve it. So they really don't get to help each other out. And with that one, what's important there is to listen to the intention of the other person rather than just the action. Communication is still key. So by clarifying what you need from the other person would definitely help both parties. Number 7, lack of training. So there may be people who are not trained enough to listen properly, or sometimes they just don't understand certain words, basically lack of education. And then the last one, number 8, is bad listening habits. There are people who were not taught well enough how to listen to other people, especially if they grew up being rowdy and they were not taught how to be good listeners. Or maybe they're just competitive listeners or ignore listeners because they just don't care about what other people can say. Hi guys! Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to watch the other videos as well in this whole playlist of effective listening so that after you complete everything, you become very good listeners. If you think that I have mentioned certain things that do not seem quite right in the videos, please do not hesitate to comment or send me a private message. But please be nice with your constructive criticism. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button so that every time I have a new video that would enrich your knowledge about business communications and statistics, you'll be one of the first people to know. Thanks, guys!